Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond the Feet. In today's video we're going to be checking out the Hoka One One Rincon 2, a full review on it, our first run, so yeah, let's jump into it. So checking out the Hoka One One Rincon 2, this is a very lightweight daily trainer slash a shoe that you can do a little bit of tempo workout in. If you're just chasing that really lightweight, somewhat of a budget shoe and that you can do a ton of Ks in without the shoe feeling too sloppy, and just if you want a shoe that's nice and lightweight, wraps around the foot and just locks you in really nicely around the heel, this might be a great option for yourself. It is a neutral daily trainer. It's not too flexible with a Meta sole in it, so although it is a neutral shoe, it still feels somewhat stable, but there's nothing in the shoe for that medial support, so there's nothing kind of pushing it either way in the shoe. Do have a little bit of a bucket seat, so you sit into that midsole slightly, so even for that person who does semi-pronate or needs that little bit more support and you want a neutral shoe as opposed to going to a traditional medial support, this shoe can work quite nicely. But yeah, I reckon Hoka have nailed this shoe. In comparison to last season's model, they've made some good touches that really updates the upper really nicely. In terms of your midsole and your outsole, they've done quite a good job there. It really increased the durability, is probably one of your biggest aspects of the shoe. You got a lot more rubber at that forefoot as well as that heel zone. So with your durability, the last ones were kind of maxing out around that 300-400 Ks. I think you'd max these guys up around that 600-700. I reckon your midsole will compress a lot quicker than your outsole will. So yeah, in terms of durability for what it competes up against, say like a Kinvara or a Beacon, I do think this is your more durable pick out of the lot. But yeah, overall, let's get on to fit and feel. So the shoe does fit around the foot quite nicely. It's not that really soft feel that you find out of the Clifton or even the Bondi, but it's that little bit more responsive shoe, so you do get a little bit more out of it without, say, a carbon plate in there. If you want something that it will take that shock away from your heel zone, even if you do heel strike, you don't sink too much into it, but it does bounce you back nicely. But yeah, it's just not quite as soft, so they firmed it up so it's a little bit more responsive. One thing I did find, the inner sole in there is paper thin, so what I did is I took that guy out, whacked a more cushion inner sole in, and then that gives you that nice soft plush feel. Same with a lightweight responsive shoe. So we're only looking at 218 grams in this guy, so it is really lightweight for what you get out of the shoe. And especially with that durability, with that added rubber. I've done about 20 Ks in this shoe. You can see a little bit of initial wear just at that heel zone, because I do heel strike just past that little bit of rubber. So even if they added that tad bit more kind of wrapping up around that lateral side a bit, I find that a lot of runners in Hoka do kind of chew that down, so I don't know why they haven't changed that yet. Overall, great rubber placement. I think that'll increase that durability nicely, and it does allow the shoe to still be nice and snappy at that forefoot without kind of getting too sluggish, adding those extra rubber pieces. So when running in this shoe as well, if you are someone who heel strikes, it does soften that blow with that Meta sole. So unlike traditional shoes, it doesn't flex too much. Gets you onto that next skate cycle quite efficiently. Takes a lot of jarring out of the knees and the ankles. Again, not as plush as say Clifton. But in terms of other lightweight tempo shoes, so if you want to pump out those quick 5Ks or quick 10Ks without going to a plated shoe, that's very responsive and can give you a little bit more jarring on the body. This shoe makes for a great kind of recovery shoe as well, if you just want to kind of pick up the pace even without pushing the body too hard and giving you that extra stress. So I mean, bang for buck at your $200 mark. Hoka have nailed the head on this one. I do really like the way it wraps around that midfoot, gives you that really good lock in. If you're someone who needs a pull tag to get the shoe on, this guy has probably the biggest pull tag you're ever going to see. So I'm not sure why Jamie just isn't absolutely frothing this shoe by now, but it is a quality pull tag around the back, so nice and easy to get the shoe on. Your heel lockdown in the shoe is great. You sit nice and deep into the shoe, so even when I've added that inner sole in, you still feel quite secure at the back there, and it locks in the foot really well. Your wiggle room around the toes, you can wiggle your foot quite nicely. Now, last season's upper was like that single layered mesh that was ridiculously flexible, so the shoe got a little bit sloppy on you. With the new ones, a bit more of that kind of 3D printing, a bit more of a reinforced double layered mesh across the top, locks in the foot a little bit better. You can still wiggle your toes nicely, but I don't think the shoe's going to get near as sloppy. All that kind of engineering they got going around the lateral and the medial side of the shoe should hold the foot in nicely for a longer period of time. And then you just got that, again, bit more 3D engineering around that collar. So yeah, that also locks in the foot nicely. And then you got that tongue lace loop, so your tongue's not slipping either way. So much more improved, durable shoe that is still very lightweight. That's why a lot of people pick up the Rincon, because you can whack it on, go for those quick runs without needing a carbon plated shoe. I think where this guy's touches ahead of last season's model is it now offers you that option to use it as a daily trainer as well. So if you want that one shoe that you can do tempo workouts in, or use it as a daily trainer without, I think you'd struggle to kind of run a marathon in it unless you were quite an efficient runner. Half marathon though, 5-10Ks, it's going to work awesome for you. Personally, I love the shoe. I do think it fits that half size long. It does wrap around the foot really well, but I kind of wish I took about an 8.5 in this guy. I did take a 9, fits the foot overall pretty well. I don't mind a little bit extra wiggle room around the toes anyway. That'll about wrap it up for the Rincon 2. Let us know what you're thinking about Hoka in general, or just the Rincon. Do you like this one more? Do you like last season's one more? Let us know in the comments. If you got any other questions, hit us up, and yeah, we'll do our best to answer them. Cheers.